Good morning, everybody. It's August the 22nd and time to get this show on the road. We have a news day trading situation, and not only do we have Yellen up, but we have Draghi and 4 Fed governors. And any one of these speakers can cause news spikes. So we'll have to, if we trade today, and when you trade today, not if, got to trade with protective stops. There is no way to get around that fact. And so take care, protect yourself, and we'll let the speakers' chips fall where they may. We're going to enter a market where we've got resistance at 8 to 12, and we should have pretty good support in this 24 to 28 area. If you wanted to have a limit buy out or a scoop order off a news spike, 25.5 would be where you would put it. So we have got volume in the upper side. We're looking at a P volume wise. We're looking at a B time or TPO wise. We've got volume up here in the 11 or 12 area, so a limit sell at 11 would, for news spikes, would be where I would place the orders right now. Structurally, we're selling 7s to 11s. And on the buy side, 30.5 is the overnight session low. The issue is going to be, does 126 hold, or does 125.28 hold, or 24? So the first buy is going to be pretty aggressive. It'll be 1 to 29. On the idea that we have ourselves just a news day trade. And then 21s to 25s will be buy 2. And 7 to 11 will be sell 1. And then our 15 to 19 will be sell 2. And like I said, the markets could really be dead before Yellen speaks. Now, we should get it. This news is leaked. The big guys, the big traders, pay a lot of money to be as close to the head of the pipeline as they can be. They generally are pretty astute at reading the cards, the tea leaves, and informal conversations with people that they've sent to Washington to support their firm's needs and, to, of course, to help the government, too. So if we start to see in the Yellen's speech, a bias to one side or the other, then we can probably pretty safely make the assumption that Yellen's speech will be supportive or not be supportive for the particular, whichever market is that we trade. So no formal news out overnight around the world. The Chinese equity markets were up. The Japan's was off. That's the reverse of yesterday. The European markets are off, and our markets have gotten selling. Our equity markets have gotten some selling overnight. A bird in the hand, rumor fact situation. The other thing, there was an article out that the new contract highs are being driven by the 30 Dow stocks and 10% of the S&P 500. So we have a pretty thinly traded market that has rallied to new contract highs into today's news. And this is the stuff of bull markets. Now, I mean, you'd be a fool to say, well, the market hasn't rallied, come in and be a seller. It doesn't work that way, the way the markets are set up and the way that they're played today. High-frequency trading dominates the intraday markets, the stock markets. News algos are utilized by these firms that get the jump on anybody, and you just have to be cognizant of that fact. So we've done really actually quite well utilizing the information that we get from which way the volume is moving through the distributions, and we've been able to prosper during this time. When we look at the 30-year, which has been stronger, the knob spread's at 14 and holding. We've got pretty good volume in the pretty good support in in the 24 to 28 area, right down here. You can see where volume is. So a resting limit buy would be at 30, 31, somewhere in that area. Our first buy will be 1 to 5 because of the knob spread, a little bit stronger than the note, and then 25 to 29 for buy 2. Our limit buy would be at 30. Volume is very, very sparse up here. The low volume number is 28. Volume most recent in the market's memories right here at 15. We have an overnight high of 18, so sell 1. I'm just going to lean against current resistance, and then sell 2 will be at 23 to 27. Okay, Yellen picks up the mic at 10 Eastern. Draghi picks up the mic at 2:30 Eastern. And there's 4 other Fed governors that will speak today too. So we'll probably have a full news. We'll probably have exposure to news spikes from 10 a.m. Eastern till 3 p.m. Eastern today. So buy stopping, sell stopping into the market on a news spike is probably the strategy that will pay off today. And the problem will be guessing which way, whether it will be a buy stop or a sell stop. And news whipsaws are a fact of life. So it's a day where, if you think about it, nothing should happen. I mean, what's another speech? We already know what they're going to say. But where the rubber meets the road in the actual trading, you can't really take that posture. You can get screwed that way. Now, it was interesting to me when I started with Pete Stottlemyre light years ago. Pete said, you'll have to learn how to trade in the news. You'll have to build positions prior to news, and you'll have to, you'll ride the news out. Usually what you'll find is that news causes a reaction, but not much changes. And that's generally the case. But that doesn't stop these news spikes and these whipsaws that come from them. And the issue for you as a trader is, do I want to go through the uncertainty of trading conditions like this, or do I just want to sit on the sidelines, keep my powder dry for next week? And that's a personal choice. The less skilled you are, the smaller your bottom line, the more likely you should sit on the sidelines. Okay, gold's got volume in the 75 area, so our buy is going to be 75 plus or minus. And then our 69 will play this low volume area, 68 to 70 for buy 2. That would be new contract lows, but I'm counting on some news whipsaw to keep the market contained. We went out last night wanting to sell the $93.90. That can't be. It's a little bit too high. Wanting to sell the 80 plus or minus in the 84, 86 area. So the high looks like it's right below 84. We do have rejection above 82, so we'll make 82, 84, sell 1. And then we have this pretty impressive break up here, S2, 88 to 90. Okay, once again, I think I saw a message right here. The Yellen speaks at 10 a.m. Central. And Draghi at 14:30. All Eastern times. If I'd said Central, I am bound by my time zone. That's my default position, but this is Eastern time. Looking at crude, the Ukraine is pumping interesting news out this morning. They said the Russian convoy crossed into their country without permission, Russia has invaded the Ukraine. And then a little bit after that, after they whip the markets up, they retract that statement. Well, they crossed into our, this humanitarian aid convoy crossed into our country without permission. And it wasn't an invasion. So I mean, these guys out of the Eastern Bloc put futures positions on, and they pick up the mic and say something, and they know they know which way they're gonna take the market. China also does that periodically, but not like Russia, the Ukraine, and the Russian satellites do. These guys are only in it for themselves, being a materialistically based philosophy, period. They're only in it for the money. And that's a neat thing about fighting somebody, a communist. They don't believe in the afterlife. So, yeah, they may keep things stirred up, and they may cheat, and they may do all this other stuff and create trouble around the globe, but these guys are interested in staying alive and enjoying the fruits of their labor. It isn't that way with Muslims. They want to get to heaven as fast as they can. And so you take that off the table. So the crude oil right now, if we draw a couple of lines up here, just structurally, you can see 95 is an important area. That's 95, 95 and a quarter. Then you can see 94.50. It's an important area, and then the night session is inside of that. So we've got volume here at 93.50. We're kind of knocking on that door. Got a volume break at 93. So we'll give it 93, 93 and a quarter by 1. And then 250, 275 by 2. We're just going to play the existing structure. On the sell side, we're going to make 94, 94 and a quarter for sell 1, and then 50 to 75 for sell 2. Looking at the euro, with Draghi holding his mouth until 2:30 Eastern, it's hard to see that we'll have a lot of play in this, and that market will be thin. I mean, the European market closes, I believe, at 11:30 Eastern time. So there'll be a wonderful opportunity if you can guess what he's going to say. But the split right now is Yellen is saying the United States is withdrawing direct support for the market, and they're going to key off the labor market. And they've been saying they're going to key off the labor market for a while, and they are concerned about the labor market. And because they're concerned about the labor market, interest rates are going to stay low, and we'll support the market as we see fit, just not directly. But we have plenty of tools in our toolkit. Draghi is expected to say their markets need a lot more support, and they're going to be there supporting their economies in any way, shape, or form. So you got this split between the two. And Draghi's speech should take the euro lower. That's what he wants, and he'll talk it down. No doubt about that. So here we are at 61. We got volume at 80. We went out last night basically wanting to sell the 90 to 133 area. That was a pretty damn good call, if you know what I mean. Hopefully some of you in Europe prospered off of that. We've got volume here at 80, so we'll make 80 to 90. Playing for some new spikes, sell 1. And then 33, 33.10, sell 2. On the buy side, we're at 50, so stops below 50. We'll keep it at 40 to 50. It may take 50s to get in, but maybe a play for stops below 50. And the 20 to 30 area will be buy too. I really do not like the buy side because I like to, when we get a 50 to 75 tick move in our off the lows, I want to sell London when I come in that night, find a place to sell it. It's a strategy that has worked for us. I'm guessing pretty much for 8 months, 6, 7 months right now this year. And it's a strategy that I think will continue to work. And Fitz, good for you, young man. Okay, the ES, we talked about rumor fact trading. This is a perfect example of this. As smart as you are and as many inside contacts as you have, you still may not have the news that takes the market higher or lower. So the market has rallied, the E-mini has rallied into Yellow Beach, and what we're seeing now is a little profit taking before that. Everything is set for this market to trade higher. As you can see, volume in the overnight session was higher than it was yesterday, which was higher than it was the day before, which was higher than it was the day before that. We are dealing with a very, very strong P. And even if Yellen doesn't say what the market thinks that she should say, right here we are. The Dow closed above 17,000. The Dow usually leads. The E-mini made new contract highs late yesterday. So everything is pointed higher right now. So buying the breaks is where we are. So we're at 88, 88.50. Last rotate down stopped at 86. So they make us pay up to get in. Buy one is 84 to 86. And this is for the start of the day session. Maybe in that. Maybe before the day session opens. And the best place to be a buyer is 80 to 82. Yellen has told us what she's going to say, and interest rates low will protect the economy and the market through low interest rates, even though we're cutting the quantitative easing, the direct purchase of mortgage backs and treasuries. We've got other ways to support the market. Again, the easiest trade to see is selling failure to take out 90.92. I mean, that's kind of a given. And then, you know, if we start trading the new highs there, I mean, why not go to 2,000? It's Friday and the rest of that, so profit taking against 2,000 will be sell too. May have to bring that into the 95 area, but, you know, just to get started right now, knowing that we're going to have news spikes, why not put it up there? The 84 to 86 is aggressive as hell, but they make us pay up to get in on the day session to participate. So we'll keep it there. The 80 to 82 is a fairly conservative buy. Okay, it'll take about 20 minutes to get everything up and posted. I'm going to get busy on that. In the meantime, good trading. I'll be back up as soon as I can.